더 박 was alive with activity on a sunny Saturday afternoon. Families picnicked under the shade of towering oaks. Children's left ran from the playground. And joggers moved along the trails. Seated on a quiet bench near the pond was Alex. A 17-year-old with a sketchpad balanced on his knees. His pencil glided across the page as he worked on a drawing of the ducks swimming lazily in the water. Alex loved the park. It was one of the few places where he felt at peace, away from the whispers and stares that sometimes followed him at school. He had come out as transgender 2 years ago, and while his close friends and family were supportive, not everyone in his small town had been as kind. Still, Alex refused to let negativity define him. Art had become his sanctuary, a way to express himself and process his emotions. As Alex added the finishing touches to his drawing, he noticed a shadow fall over his sketchpad. Looking up, he saw a woman standing in front of him. She was in her late 40s, with a sharp bob haircut, oversized sunglasses, and a sour expression. She held a small dog on a leash, and her posture radiated disapproval. "Excuse me," she said, her tone clipped. "What are you doing here?" Alex blinked, confused by the question. "I'm just drawing," he replied, holding up his sketchpad. The woman narrowed her eyes, her gaze flicking over him critically. "Don't you have somewhere else to be? This bag is for families, not people like you." Alex felt a flush of anger and embarrassment creep up his neck. "I'm not bothering anyone," he said, his voice steady despite the knot forming in his stomach. "You're making people uncomfortable," the woman continued, crossing her arms. "I've seen you here before, sitting alone, looking suspicious. What are you even drawing? Is it appropriate?" Alex hesitated, unsure how to respond. He had encountered rude comments before, but this was different. The woman's hostility was blatant, her words dripping with judgment. He held up the sketchpad again, showing her the detailed drawing of the ducks. "It's just the pond," he said, his voice quieter now. She scoffed. "Sure. And what about the A-Rock? Honestly, it's confusing. Are you a boy or a girl? People shouldn't have to wonder." The words hit Alex like a slap. He felt his hands tighten around the edges of the sketchpad, but he refused to look away. "I'm a boy," he said firmly. "And I have as much right to be here as anyone else." The woman's lips shined into a harsh line. I don't think so. This is a family-friendly place, and you're not exactly a good example for the kids. Before Alex could respond, a voice cut through the tension. "Is there a problem here?" Both Alex and the woman turned to see a man approaching. He was tall and well-dressed, with an air of authority that made the woman hesitate. Alex recognized him immediately. It was his uncle, Mayor Ethan Whitmore. Ethan had always been one of Alex's biggest supporters, and seeing him now filled Alex with a mix of relief and pride. The woman straightened, clearly flustered. "Oh, no problem," she said quickly. "I was just concerned. This young man was acting suspiciously, and I wanted to make sure everything was okay." Ethan's expression remained calm, but his eyes narrowed slightly. "Acting suspiciously? How, exactly?" The woman gestured vaguely toward Alex. "He's been sitting here alone, drawing things. And, frankly, his appearance is confusing. I thought it might be inappropriate for the bag." Ethan's gaze shifted to Alex, who met his eyes with a steady look. Then he turned back to the woman. His tone measured but firm. This young man is my nephew, Alex. He's a talented artist, and he has every right to be here. If anyone is acting inappropriately, it's you. The woman's face paled. Oh, I didn't realize. No, you didn't. Eason interrupted. But that's not an excuse for harassment. This bag is for everyone, and no one should feel unwelcome because of who they are. Alex watched as the woman stammered an apology, her previous arrogance replaced by visible discomfort. She mumbled something about needing to leave and hurried away, her small dog trotting after her. Eason turned to Alex, his expression softening. Are you okay? Alex nodded, though his hands were still shaking slightly. Thanks, Uncle Eason. Eason placed a reassuring hand on Alex's shoulder. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Some people still have a lot to learn, but you handled yourself well. Alex managed a small smile. I've had practice. Eason sighed, his eyes filled with a mix of pride and sadness. Shouldn't have to, Alex. But I'm proud of you for standing your ground. As the two of them sat on the bench together, Alex felt a sense of comfort wash over him. The back, his sanctuary, had been tainted for a moment, but with Eason's support, it felt safe again. Do you want to grab some ice cream? Eason asked after a while, a playful smile breaking through his serious demeanor. My treat. Alex laughed, the tension easing from his shoulders. Sure. Let me pack up my stuff. As they left the back together, Alex felt a renewed sense of strength. The encounter had been difficult, but it had also reminded him that he wasn't alone. He had people who loved and supported him, and he wouldn't let anyone take away his right to exist as himself. The next day, Alex felt a lingering mix of emotions as he returned to the back. He couldn't let one negative experience drive him away from a place he loved, but the encounter with the woman Karen, as he had taken to calling her in his head, still weighed heavily on his mind. He carried his sketch pad under his arm, determined to reclaim his sense of peace. He found his usual bench by the pond unoccupied and sat down, taking a deep breath as he looked out over the water. The ducks were there again, gliding gracefully across the surface. Alex opened his sketch pad and began drawing, letting the rhythmic movements of his pencil calm his thoughts. As he worked, a soft voice interrupted him. Hi, are you the artist? Alex looked up to see a young girl, probably around 10 years old, standing a few feet away. She was holding her father's hand and looking at Alex with wide, curious eyes. Her father, a kind-looking man in a baseball cap, gave Alex an encouraging smile. Yeah, I guess I am, Alex replied, smiling back. Do you like to draw? The girl nodded eagerly. I love drawing. What are you working on? Alex turned the sketch pad around to show her. It's the ducks. I come here a lot to draw them. The girl's face lit up. That's so cool. Can I try? Alex glanced at her father, who nodded in approval. Sure, Alex said, tearing a blank page from his sketch pad and handing it to her along with a pencil. Go for it. The girl sat down on the edge of the bench and began sketching, her tongue sticking out in concentration. Her father sat nearby, watching with a smile as Alex offered tips and encouragement. For a while, the world seemed to fade away, replaced by the simple joy of selling out. After a while, the girl handed her drawing back to Alex. It's not as good as yours, she said shyly. Alex studied the drawing, Impressed by her attention to detail. Are you kidding? This is amazing. You've got a great eye for shapes. The girl beamed at the compliment, and her father thanked Alex for being so kind. As they walked away, Alex felt a small flicker of hope. The day before, he had been the target of judgment and hostility. But today, he had been met with curiosity and connection. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, Alex packed up his things and decided to head home. On his way out of the back, he passed a group of teens from his school. He recognized a few of them, mostly kids who had kept their distance since he'd come out. He tensed, expecting stares or whispers, but instead, one of them called out, "Hey, Alex, that drawing you posted on Instagram was awesome." Alex blinked in surprise. "Oh, thanks," he said, his voice uncertain. "Seriously?" Another teen chimed in. "Do you do commissions? My mom's birthday is coming up, and she'd love something like that." Alex felt a rush of warmth. "Sure," he said, a smile creeping onto his face. "Just let me know what you're thinking." The group waved him over, and for the next few minutes, they talked about art, school, and shared interests. It was a small moment, but it felt monumental to Alex. These were the same peers he had worried about for years, and here they were, treating him like anyone else. By the time Alex got home, he was smiling. The day had been full of small victories, each one reminding him that the world wasn't as harsh as it had seemed the day before. He found his mom in the kitchen, stirring a pot of spaghetti sauce. "Hey, honey," she said, glancing up. "How was the bag?" Alex set his sketchpad on the counter, a contented sigh escaping his lips. "It was good. Better than yesterday." His mom gave him a knowing look. "Ethan told me about what happened. I'm sorry you had to deal with that." "It's okay," Alex said, shrugging. "It wasn't great, but I think things are changing. Slowly, maybe, but they are." His mom smiled and pulled him into a huge. "That's because of people like you, Alex. You don't let the bad stuff in." Alex hugged her back, feeling the truth in her words. He was still here, still creating, still being himself. And that was a victory worth celebrating. As the evening wore on, Alex found himself scrolling through social media, reading comments on his latest post. Many were positive, full of encouragement and admiration for his art. He even saw a message from his uncle Ethan. "Proud of you, kid. Keep shining." Alex smiled, his heart swelling with gratitude. He knew the road ahead wouldn't always be easy, but for the first time in a long time, he felt ready to face whatever came his way. The following week, Alex returned to his usual spot at the back, sketchpad in hand. He had come to realize that the back wasn't just a place of solace for him anymore. It had become a space of growth, connection, and unexpected camaraderie. Each time he sat down on the bench, a new encounter seemed to unfold, reminding him of the resilience he carried within himself. As Alex worked on a new piece, a family of squirrels scampering across a tree, he heard footsteps approaching. Glancing up, he recognized the jogger who often passed him in the mornings. The man slowed his pace, hesitating for a moment before addressing Alex. "Hey," the jogger said, slightly out of breath. "You're the kid who draws, right?" Alex nodded, surprised. "Yeah, that's me." The jogger gestured toward the sketchpad. "I've seen your work online. My daughter showed me. You're really talented." "Thank you," 엘릭스 리플라잇, 필링 A 원 플러시 오브 프라이드. 데트 민즈 A 라트. 더 자거 스마일드. 킵 이트 업. 키드. 유브 가트 A 기프트. 위드 데트. 히 자그드 오프. 리빙 엘릭스 위드 A 리누드 센스 오브 퍼퍼스. 히 헤던트 리얼라이즈드 저스트 하우 파워 히즈 아우트 헤드 리치트. 오어 하우 머치 이트 헤드 레저네이티드 위드 피플. 에즈 더 데이 엔트 온. 모어 퍼미려 페이시즈 스타프트 바이. 더 영걸 후 헤드 스케치트 위드 힘 비포어 리턴드 위드 허 파더. 프라울리 슈잉 엘릭스 허 뉴 드로잉. A 커펠 프롬 더 네이버우드 포즈드 투 어드마이어 히즈 웍 앤드 에스크 이프 히 솔드 프린츠. 이번 더 틴즈 프롬 스쿨 후 헤드 어프로치트 힘 어리어 인 더 유 케임 바이. 채팅 위드 힘 라이크 올드 프렌즈즈. 포더 퍼스트 타임. 엘릭스 펠트 트룰리 신 낫 포 히즈 어피런스. but for his talent and the kindness he shared with those around him. 더박, once a quiet escape, had become a community, a place where he felt supported and valued. But as much as the positive interactions lifted his spirits, the memory of Karen's harassment lingered in the back of his mind. He knew that for every kind stranger or encouraging friend, there would always be someone who couldn't see past their own biases. Still, he was determined not to let those moments define him. Later that evening, Alex sat down with his uncle Ethan for dinner. Ethan, ever the supportive figure in Alex's life, had insisted on catching up after hearing about the events at the bar. So, Ethan began, pouring them both glasses of water. How's my favorite nephew holding up? Alex smirked. I'm your only nephew. Doesn't make it any less true. Ethan teased, grinning. Seriously, though. How are you doing? Has everything been okay since you know? Alex nodded, taking a bite of his pasta. Yeah. Actually, things have been really good. People have been so supportive. It's like that one bad experience opened the door for a lot of good ones. Ethan's expression softened. I'm glad to hear that. You know, Alex, what happened wasn't just about you. It's about showing people like her that intolerance has no place in our community. You handled it with more grace than most adults would have. Alex shrugged, a small smile tugging at his lips. I just want people to see me for who I am, not who they think I should be. And they will, Ethan said firmly. You're changing minds, one interaction at a time. Don't underestimate how powerful that is. They finished dinner, and as Alex helped clear the table, he felt a deep sense of gratitude for his uncle. Ethan had always been his fiercest advocate, never hesitating to stand up for him when he needed it most. Alex knew he was lucky to have such enabling support. That night, as Alex sat in his room, he picked up his sketchpad and began a new drawing. This one wasn't of the bag or the animals he loved to watch. It was a portrait of himself, surrounded by the people and moments that had shaped him. Each line he drew felt like a declaration. This is who I am. And the drawing was finished. Alex stared at it for a long moment. A mix of pride and vulnerability washing over him. Then, with a deep breath, he snapped a photo and posted it online with a simple caption. To everyone who has supported me, 생유. To everyone who hasn't I'm still here. The response was immediate. Comments poured in from friends, family, and even strangers, all offering words of encouragement and admiration. Alex read each one. His heart swelling with a sense of belonging he hadn't felt in a long time. The next morning, as Alex walked into the bar, he felt lighter. The air was crisp, the sun warm on his face, and the world felt full of possibility. Sitting down at his usual bench, he opened his sketchpad and began to draw. Not because he needed an escape, but because he wanted to capture the beauty of the world around him. And as the familiar sounds of the back filled his ears, Alex realized that he had found something far greater than acceptance. He had found a community, a purpose, and the strength to shine, no matter who tried to dim his light. A week later, Alex found himself back at the back, this time with a different purpose. The mayor's office, spurred by 이선재 efforts, had organized a community event focused on inclusion and diversity. The event, called Shine Together, was designed to celebrate the unique stories and talents of the town's residents. 이선 had asked Alex to showcase his art as part of the festivities, and the numbers, Alex had agreed. The event was held in the park's central pavilion, decorated with colorful banners and string lights that twinkled in the afternoon sun. Booths lined the paths, featuring local artists, musicians, and food vendors. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement as families, friends, and neighbors gathered to celebrate the town's vibrant community. Alex stood by his small display, each featured several of his sketches, including the drawing he had posted online, the one of himself surrounded by the people and moments that had shaped him. The drawing had become a symbol of his journey, and he was proud to share it with others. As visitors stopped by his booth, Alex found himself having conversations he never thought possible. People admired his work, asked about his process, and even shared their own stories of resilience and self-expression. One woman, holding the hand of her young daughter, leaned in to tell Alex how his drawing had inspired her family. "My daughter saw your post," the woman said, smiling warmly. "She's been struggling with being herself at school, but then she saw your story," she said. "If he can be brave, so can I." Alex felt his throat tighten with emotion. "생유," he said, his voice steady despite the lump in his chest. "That means more than I can say." The event continued into the evening, with music and laughter filling the back. 이선, true to his role as mayor, made rounds to greet everyone, his charismatic energy bringing smiles wherever he went. When he reached Alex's booth, he stopped and took a long look at his nephew's display. "You've come a long way, Alex," 이선 said, his voice filled with pride. "Your art, your courage, it's changing this town." Alex looked down, a little embarrassed by the phrase. "I'm just trying to do what feels right." 이선 placed a hand on Alex's shoulder. "And that's why it matters. Keep being yourself, and you'll keep inspiring people." As the event wound down, Alex felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The day had been more than he could have hoped for, a celebration of growth, acceptance, and community. He packed up his display, his heart full as he reflected on the journey that had brought him to this moment. Walking home, Alex thought about the person he had been when he first started coming to the back. Back then, he had been searching for a place to belong, unsure of how to navigate a world that often felt unkind. But now, he realized he had found more than a place. He had found his voice, his strength, and a community that valued him for exactly who he was. As he reached his front door, Alex paused, looking up at the night sky. The stars above seemed to shimmer with the same quiet brilliance he felt inside himself. He smiled, knowing that no matter what challenges lay ahead, he was ready to face them. He wasn't just surviving, he was thriving. And that, Alex thought, was the greatest victory of all. As the weeks passed after the Shine Together event, Alex felt a newfound sense of purpose. His story had reached far beyond the back and his small town. Id his outtalk and message of resilience inspiring people both locally and online. Messages of encouragement forward in many from young people who saw themselves in his journey and were emboldened by his courage to embrace their own identities. The back, once a sanctuary for Alex to reunite to, had become a place of connection. More often than not, when Alex sat at his favorite bench to draw, someone would approach him not to judge or criticize, but to ask about his art or to share a kind word. He had unintentionally become a symbol of hope in the community, and while the attention was unexpected, Alex embraced it as an opportunity to make a difference. One afternoon, as Alex sketched a group of children playing by the pond, he heard a familiar voice. "Hey, kid," Ethan called, strolling up with his usual confident stride. "Busy, as always?" Alex grinned, putting his pencil down. "You know me. Always something to draw." Ethan sat down beside him, looking out over the pond. "I've been hearing a lot about you lately," he said. "People are talking about your art, your story. You've made a bigger impact than you realize." Alex shrugged, though his cheeks flushed with pride. "I just want to show people that it's okay to be yourself. That it's okay to take up space, even when the world tries to tell you otherwise." Ethan nodded, his expression sort fell. "You're doing more than that, Alex. You're showing people what strength looks like, what kindness looks like. And in a world that doesn't always make it easy to be either, that's something to be proud of." They sat in comfortable silence for a moment before Ethan added, "By the way, you've got a pen. Karen." Alex froze, his heart skipping a beat. "Karen?" Ethan chuckled. "She came to my office last week. Said she saw your booth at the event and wanted to apologize. Apparently, seeing your story laid out like that made her rethink a lot of things." Alex's mind reeled. The memory of Karen's house was still strong, but the thought that she had changed, even in a small way, was surprising and strangely comforting. "Did she mean it?" he asked quietly. "She seemed sincere," Ethan said. "But whether or not you accept her apology is up to you. You don't know her anything, Alex." Alex nodded, his emotions soaring. He didn't know if he was ready to forgive Karen, but knowing that his story had made her reflect was enough for now. As the months turned into years, Alex continued to grow as an artist and as a person. His work gained recognition, leading to gallery showings and commissions that allowed him to share his vision with an even larger audience. But no matter how far his journey took him, the back remained his anchor, a place where it had all begun. Snow fell gently on the Bhagwan in the evening as Alex, now a young adult, sat at his favorite bench. He flipped through the pages of his latest sketchbook, each drawing telling a piece of his story. The ducks on the pond, the kids playing, the faces of friends and family who had supported him, all of it captured in careful, loving detail. He thought about the challenges he had faced, the people who had doubted him, and the moments of self-doubt that had threatened to hold him back. But he also thought about the victories, the connections he had made, the lives he had touched, and the resilience he had discovered within himself. Alex closed the sketchbook, a small smile on his lips. The journey hadn't been easy, but it had been worth it. He had found his voice, his strength, and his place in the world. And he knew that no matter what the future held, he would continue to shine. As the lights of the town began to twinkle in the distance, Alex stood, tucking the sketchbook under his arm. He took one last look at the back, the place that had been both a refuge and a stage for his transformation. Then, 이드 A 디프 브레스. He turned and walked toward the future, his head high. His heart full. And his light unwavering. In the years that followed, Alex's life blossomed in ways he could have never imagined. His out, once a private refuge, became a powerful tool for connection and advocacy. Through his drawings, he told stories of resilience, identity, and the beauty of embracing one's truth. Exhibitions in local galleries eventually led to invitations from larger cities, and soon Alex's work was recognized on a national scale. But for Alex, success was never about fame or accolades. It was about the people he met along the way, the kids who found courage in his story, the parents who learned to better support their children, and the communities that came together to celebrate diversity because of his message. Each connection reminded Alex of why he had started drawing in the first place, to make sense of the world and find his place within it. The bag remained a cornerstone of his life. Whenever Alex returned to his hometown, he would visit the familiar bench by the pond, sketchpad in hand. It was there that he felt most at peace, surrounded by the sounds of nature and the memories of the moments that had shaped him. The bag, once a quiet refuge, had become a symbol of his journey, a place where he had found not only his voice but also his strength. 이선, now nearing the end of his tenure as mayor, continued to be one of Alex's greatest supporters. They often sat together at the back, reminiscing about how far they had come. You know, 이선 said one day, watching the ducks glide across the water, you've done more for this town than you realize. Your courage has inspired people in ways I never could as mayor. Alex smiled, his heart full of gratitude. You've always believed in me. 이번엔 I wasn't sure I believed in myself. That's what made the difference. 이선 placed a hand on Alex's shoulder. You believed in yourself all along. I just gave you a nudge. The conversation reminded Alex of the countless people who had supported him, his family, his friends, and even the strangers who had offered kind words when he needed them most. It also reminded him of the people like Karen, whose initial hostility had been transformed by the power of understanding and connection. Though he hadn't sought out a meeting with her, he knew her change of heart was proof that even the hardest walls could sometimes be broken down. As Alex prepared for a new chapter in his life, a solo exhibition in New York City, he reflected on the journey that had brought him to this moment. The road had been anything but smooth, but every challenge had taught him something valuable. He had learned to stand tall in the face of adversity, to embrace the parts of himself that others might not understand, and to use his voice and his art to make the world a brighter place. On the morning of his departure, Alex made one last visit to the bag. The air was crisp, the sky painted with the soft hues of sunrise. Sitting on his bench, he opened his sketchpad and began to draw. This time, his subject wasn't the ducks or the trees, it was the bag itself, captured in all its quiet beauty. As he finished the sketch, Alex felt a deep sense of closure. The bag had been his starting point, but it was no longer the entirety of his world. It was a part of him, a piece of his story, but he was ready to move forward. With his sketchpad tucked under his arm and his head held high, Alex left the bag, stepping into the next page of his journey. He knew there would be challenges ahead, but he also knew he had the strength to face them. His light, forged in the trials of the past, burned brighter than ever. And as he walked away, the bag remained behind him, a place of peace, growth, and transformation. A place where a young boy with a sketchpad had found his voice, his courage and his purpose.